Hi everyone, and welcome back to Lyndee Kay Designs. If you've not been here before, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will try to put out videos every Sunday. However, this was a holiday weekend and I did miss yesterday. I do apologize, so I'm trying to get this video posted on July 4th. So happy Independence Day to everyone, and I hope you had a fabulous weekend. So today I want to get in and I want to show you a new kit by Betty from Betty's Custom Design. Again, I will link her Etsy and her YouTube channel below. So if you ever have any questions, the link will always be there. She has put together this kit. You get 15 pages. It is called Farm Life. It is beautiful, you guys. Let me show you this kit. And we are going to use it to create a project today. It's got chicken wire on here. It's fabulous. I love the green. And the wood background with roses on it. Oh, let's turn this again. I apologize. I'm not sure what I did there. And we are going to use this today for our project. This, I think, is my favorite by far out of the kit. And we will be using this as well. So I'm going to set those over here. Betty does fabulous work, and these colors are amazing. Oh, we're going to be using that today too. And it does also come with a ephemera kit. We've got some tags here, and we're going to use this as well for this project. You know, journal cards. So again, that was the Farm Life junk journal kit from Betty at Betty's Custom Design. And you guys, I want to tell you that it is currently on sale. So normally it's $6.95. You can go get it today for $5.21. Isn't that amazing? Thank you, Betty, for running those sales. I would not have all of the paper kits that I have if you did not run those sales, that's for sure. All right, so we are going to jump in and we are going to start making another project using this kit. And some of them I had printed on my cardstock, and halfway during printing I ran out of cardstock and the rest of them printed on regular paper, but we're still going to use them, guys. All right, so I have watched a video to make a traveler's journal notebook from Lyric Lover Crafts, and I'm going to link her channel below, her YouTube channel. Her name's Amber, and she's amazing. She actually is the video person that I watched and got into paper crafting a few years ago. And then, of course, I watched Scrapbooking with Me, seen a junk journal, found Betty, and here I am starting this new journey. And I absolutely love junk journaling. My husband will tell you it's an addiction. So we are going to create this little traveler's notebook journal. So you can throw it in your purse and just go. It's perfect size. And this is just my little dummy project that I worked on today. So I'm going to show you how to make this today using Betty's Farm Life Kit. And then we may do another video coming back, part 2, and decorate. All right, guys, we're gonna... Now, the regular 8.5 by 11 paper is a little bit too short for this kit. This project, sorry, not the kit. The kit's perfect, you guys. So we are going to use a vinyl sleeve that I purchased from clearbags.com, I believe is the site. And I will link the size and their website below in the link. So this actually, so our covers are going to be 11.5 by 7.5. So an 8.5 by 11 paper was just a little bit too short. So I found a workaround. I had these papers that I purchased from Hobby Lobby years ago. And we're going to take that and make it our cover. And then I'm going to put Betty's journal cover right there on top because I want this as my front cover. And I thought that would be perfect. So we are going to take these white lines off here. And then we're going to start cutting our papers down and get this project going. I do want to say a special hello to Miss Terry Sexton. She has become a very close friend. I talk to her quite often. And Deanna Groomer, I want to say hello to you both and thank you for being so supportive and watching my videos and giving me feedback. I do appreciate you guys. And I hope that you guys are having a fabulous weekend. All right, so taking the white off, we're going to trim this down a little further here in just a bit. But our cover, we need to take it to 11.5 by 7.5. So I got a 12 by 12 sheet and we are going to cut it down. So we're going to go 11.5. I hope you guys are in frame here. If not, I do apologize. Don't throw your scraps away. We can use them. And we're going to go 7.5. And if you watch Amber's video that I link below, she does hers as like a scrapbook, and you could surely do that. I'm not a scrapbooker, so I figured I would turn mine into a notebook, traveler's notebook journal, because I love having that kind of stuff to throw into my purse every day. And I'm going to cut, we're going to cut down a green 12 by 12 for the inside cover. Because you guys, at this point, I think you guys are catching on that green is one of my favorite colors. All right, we're going to move this for a little while. And I need to take and make this sheet now fit on here. But I don't want to cut the stamp off. gonna cut this right about here. And then I want to leave a little border, so again, here we go. I don't like to measure, so I'm eyeballing everything. All right, let's take that off and see how that's gonna look. I think that looks fabulous, and I like that my blade needs to be changed. It gave me that little tear look at the bottom and the top, and I like that look. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of glue to the corners here. We're going to put this down here. And I just want to tack this in place just a little bit so when I put it in, it's not moving all over the place. And then we're going to do the same thing to the corners here. We don't need to have it glued all the way down, but when we're putting it into this cover, it can slide around, and this is just going to help us hold it in. All right, I'm gonna let that dry for just a bit, and then we'll get that put into our cover. So while that's drying, we are going to create we're gonna do two signatures in this journal, and we're gonna do 2 folders. So let's work on these folders real quick, and we're gonna get them cut and out of the way and ready to go and glued. So again, you have to have 12 by 12 paper for your folders because we're going to have an extra, back up. We have to have a 12 by 12 because our paper needs to be 11 by 10.5, and you can't get that out of an 8.5 by 11. That's what I wanted to say. Oh. Today I've been like a squirrel. Every time a new project come out or I'm speaking to my girlfriends, I'm like, oh yeah, oh, I want to do that, I want to do, oh yeah, let me do that. So I have not been focusing very well today. All right, so we're going to use this for another folder as well. It's not quite cardstock, but it's thicker than regular paper, so I'm going to use it in my journal because I'm going to keep this one because I absolutely love this pattern, this journal kit. Again, it's Farm Life. And I will link the direct link to the kit for you so you don't have to, although you might want to look around because she's having a nice sale on her paper kits. I think she has 500 items on sale. It's amazing. Betty's amazing. All right, let's move that out of the way. And I'm going to get my scoreboard. So we want to score on the 10.5 side. All right, that's the 11-inch side. So we're going to turn our paper to the 10.5 side, and I'm going to score them both at the same time. The other kit, it worked just fine, so hopefully it will work on this one. If not, then we'll score the other paper again. Let's run down here one time. Okay. All right, I'd like to go ahead and fold my pocket up. And then we're going to take and fold this in half. Get my little roller here so I can crease that. All right, and then I'm going to open it back up. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to start right here at the line, and I'm just going to maybe cut a small slither right there. So when you open it up and you fold it back, we now have our pockets. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this one. And you just need to glue the sides here, that's it. All right, one pocket done. And of course, you know, we can't have this, it's a little off there, so we're gonna just trim that right there. And we'll decorate this with some of the paper here in a little while. I just want that to dry, so we're going to set that over to dry. And we're going to turn this one over because we're going to have this be the inside. And we're going to fold it in half. And we're going to open it back. And again, we're going to cut the little slither. And glue the sides up. And you guys, I am at 29 subscribers as of this morning. Thank you very much. And I just wanted to remind everyone that did not see my last video that once I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. And if you're subscribed, I will give you more details because I'm going to figure out how we're going to do that. Betty's going to give away a digital kit from her little library over there. We're going to set this aside to dry. She's going to give that digital kit away, which is very kind, and I appreciate that very much, Betty. You are such a sweet person. I am also going to give away a junk journal beginners kit. So I'm going to put in a roller because I think it's amazing. If you don't have a bone folder, the roller works, and I even like it better, and that's a tip from Betty. I'll probably get you a score tool and some tape and glue and just all kinds of stuff. So I may show you on screen what I'm going to put in this box, and we're going to start getting supplies and put in there. So each week I might show you a little something that I'm putting in the box. Make sure that you like, subscribe. I will put up a giveaway video, and you'll have a certain amount of time to like, subscribe, leave your comment below, and then I will choose a random person from that video, and you're going to be the grand winner. And I appreciate you guys again, and I want to thank you. All right, so let's get back to this. We are going to do 2 signatures in this, so I'm going to make 2 covers, and they're going to be 11 by 7.5. So these work perfect. Let me see which one I want to use. I love this. For the I'm thinking I'm gonna go with these 2. And then we'll use these that I printed out in our journal as well. All right, so we are going to get these cut down to 11 by 7.5. So I need the length to be 11, and we need the height to be 7.5. So let's see where we're at here. That's perfect. That's right at 11. And then we need to go to 7.5. I don't want to cut the stamp off, so we're going to turn this one around. And we're at 11, and we're going to do 7.5. Actually, let's take a little bit of this white off at the top and bottom, and then we're going to measure again. Then I almost cut it on the wrong side. Whew. All right. I'm pretty sure we're done with our cutting board now. So I'm just going to slide that back there where it goes, out of the way. And then our signature covers, we are going to fold in half. I love this chicken wire with these roses and this color. I love this paper kit. And of course this one will go in the front. All right, now since we're doing a journal, we need to add some paper. And our papers need to fit in here, so I'm gonna cut them at probably like 10 3/4 by 7.5. So just kidding, we gotta have our cutting board back out. All right, let's see. I need this to be 10 3/4. We're gonna cut from the bottom on this one by 7.5. Again, 10 3/4. By 7.5. All right, we're going to cut several of these at one time. So 10 3/4. And 7.5. All right, and then I also have some of this paper, and I believe I got it off of Amazon, but I'm not 100% sure, and I found it today, so we're gonna use that in our journals too. So we are going 10 3/4. Well, and here we go with the shenanigans again. Oh my goodness. All right, and 7.5. Very nice. And we have another stack. Just flip that around because they cut the light end off of the last stack, so we're gonna cut from the other end. All right, now I think we're done with our cutter. All right, so I'm just gonna make 2 stacks here. And we're gonna fold these in half. And fold this one in half. All right, let's see. We are going to take and just kind of mix this up a little bit. All right, and we're gonna put this in one of the journals, signatures, and this one. Okay. All right, now we got our signatures in the order that we wanted. And we're gonna set them to the side now. And we're gonna go back to our cover. And I am going to round the corners with my crocodile here. And I'm using the 1/2 inch size. And I'm going to go ahead and round the corners on the folders. Just because the sleeve that we are going to be using, okay, that does not want to go through all of that. So it has rounded corners, so that's why I chose to round the corners on this one. Oh, and my glue came off. All right, let's put some more glue on here. All right, we'll let that dry just a little bit. So, and then we need to round the corners on our signatures while we are rounding everything else. And one more. All right. So now this should be pretty well dry enough for us to use it and get it into our cover. So these little vinyl sleeves, we are going to take and we're going to put in one side. And I'm going to say this is really easy, and I'm sure I'm going to struggle while I'm doing this. So I take and fold that all the way back, and I fold my paper over and just kind of push it in there. And it's typically really easy to go in. So it did cooperate, yay! So now you have your journal cover. That is beautiful. That turned out better than I thought. All right, so we're gonna get our scoreboard back out. And we are going to put this on here, and just this little opening here, we're gonna go right beside it and we're gonna put in a score line. Well, if I can use my scoreboard correctly here. All right, we're gonna do the same thing over here. And we're gonna take and fold on that line. I'm gonna get my ruler. And we're gonna fold on this other side. Make sure that I fold it correctly because I didn't score it correctly. Okay, whew. All right, so now that gives us our little spine here. Now we are going to poke holes for us to put our elastic in. And I'm going to use my We Are Memories Keeper. Is this called a crocodile? Yes, it's a crocodile. And I'm going to use the 1/8. Tells you right here on the side, the 1/8 hole punch. Now, I'm not going to measure. I'm going to do this eyeball, and I'm just going to go right above on the cardstock and through the vinyl cover. I'm not going to measure, but I'm going to get all of that in there, and once I see all green, I'm just going to punch a hole. And then I'm going to come over and I'm going to eyeball. And there we have 2 holes here. So see, they are right there, just about maybe 1/8 of an inch up away from the edge of the paper. And now we're going to do it again up here. Make sure I'm using the right side, 1/8. Perfect. All right, and then as you guys seen on this one, her elastic comes out of a center hole. And again, I don't measure, but I have the large crocodile. And if you don't, you can use an awl or something to poke a hole in the center and just make it big enough to get elastic through. I'm just gonna eyeball it again. So let's see here. Make sure I'm going to the right place here. And I think that looks good. Poke the hole, and there we have our middle hole that's going to hold our elastic. So we are going to string our elastic now. And of course, you guys, I picked out green to use today. All right, so I am just going to trim this real quick because that won't feed very well. And I'm gonna go, yep, this is the top. I'm gonna go through the top right, and I'm gonna come back in the top left that I'm looking, right, left. And then I'm going to come all the way down, and I'm gonna go out the bottom left and back up through the bottom right. Just like that. And then I'm gonna make it a little tight, and then I'm gonna trim off the elastic, and we're going to tie a double knot in it. And you don't want to make it super tight, but you do want it nice and snug. And I never tie my knot the same direction, so I go 2 different directions when I tie my knots. All right. So that step is done, and I'm just going to snip off and I'm going to take and put in my signatures. So this is my front cover, and I'm going to take my front signature, and we're just going to take and slide it into the elastic. And then we're going to take and put our second signature in and slide it under the second elastic and line it up in the center there. See, guys, look how durable and perfect for your purse. Because I write big, so those little mini travel journals, those just are not going to cut it for me. I need something I can write in. I mean, look, I write big. All right, so now I've got these 2 folders, and we are going to take and put them in the center, and you're just going to slide those right here. And then that holds your receipts, any notes that you might have, money, if you want to put money in there. Put this one in. And now you're like, oh my gosh, you forgot about this hoe. I did not. We are going to do that now. So we're going to take and we're going to measure this, and I come out just a little bit here, and I'm going to snip off because it's going to get kind of big, so I do want it to have a little bit of give to start out with. So we're going to tie this in kind of a knot, but I'm not going to make it a super tight knot. All right, so we went this way. Now we're going to come and we're going to go this way with our knot, so it's not going the same direction. I don't know if that matters or not, but that's what I was always taught. You don't go the same direction. So if you do not have a way to punch that center hole, you can do this and just leave your elastic. Just make sure it's a little tighter than that, because you won't have the extra going through the center. So that's one way that you could do that. And now we're going to find the center hole right there, and we're going to take our little loop, and this end that we did not knot, we are going to take and we are going to feed that right through that center hole here. Pull it out. We're going to clip these extras off here. And that one seems to be laying fine, but I don't like to have a whole lot in there. And you guys, we have just made a traveler's notebook journal. And then I'm going to take, let me get to it. And then I'm going to take, and I've got this little thing here. I'm going to make this little fuzzy ball, and I'm going to put a little clasp. We're going to come back and do this later. And it's going to hook right there, you guys. Isn't that beautiful? I can't wait. I can't wait for you to see it. All right, stay tuned. We're going to decorate this and make it really fat so you don't freak out because that's really loose. And if you do make it too loose, you can always pull this in right here and you can tie it off and cut again. So don't sweat it. If you made it too loose, you can always tighten it and fix it here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me for another video. Please like, subscribe. If you want to get alerts from when I post new videos, hit the little bell and it will alert you when I post new videos. Thank you guys and have a fabulous 4th of July.